Hi guys. We are going to take our Zentangling idea and turn it into a 3D sculpture. You will need a couple of cereal boxes, cracker boxes, any kind of thin cardboard box that you can cut with scissors. Open it up. You can use your tape rolls, your lids to trace circles. You want to cut them out. You don't want anything smaller than your palm. It's going to get too tricky if it's too small. You can also just do free-form shapes or squares or cards. You want about 6 of these. If you have a box that you really like the pattern, feel free to cut that out. You can use it as one side of your sculpture. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a different Zentangle on each of your cardboard pieces. Okay, so I have 6 different cutout shapes from my food boxes. And if you cut out the shape and it's like on the fold or where the corner of the box was, totally fine. We'll make that work in this project. Next step, you are going to Zentangle on each of your shapes. If it's a bigger shape, you can go ahead and divide that up into smaller shapes. And just like in your other Zentangle drawing, you're going to start tangling. So creating different patterns, no mistakes, no going backwards, only going forwards. So you will do the same process as you did in your drawing, Zentangling on your cardboard. Turn your shape so your hand stays comfortable. You can divide up the one shape into several shapes to make smaller patterns. You are welcome to stay with just a black marker or pen, but you could also do this with one color or a couple of colors. So now you have your cut out shapes that you have tangled. What are we doing next? If you've ever made a house of cards, you're going to use these cutout shapes in a similar way to try and build something where you're with balance. You can also cut slits in them. So you're going to start to fit the pieces together to create a 3D standing Zentangle. It's kind of like a moving puzzle. Let's see what we can come up with here. So this part's going to take some practice or some experimentation to see how we can fit different pieces of the cardboard together to stand. And you'll go ahead and make a cut, not all the way through, but just enough where you can slide another piece in and start to see how they'll stand together. So a lot of it's going to be some problem solving and a lot of trial and error. So think of it like when you make a drawing, you're using your eraser when something doesn't work. So with this project today, you're just going to be picking things up and trying it another way. I'm starting to think this circle might be too big to support. Let's see. What if we and places where you cut cardboard that had bends in it, you can actually use that as part of your construction or design. Here. And let's try again. So that was actually really hard, and it took me quite a few tries. Be patient. I'll give you a little better tour of it. But what we've done is we've created a 3D piece of art, and that is called sculpture. So to present your artwork, instead of just taking a photo, I would like you to use the video recorder of your iPad and give a 3D tour around your sculpture. Imagine that you are really, really small and it's really, really big, or you can imagine it's the size it is. But imagine you're walking around, and 3D artwork, we can see it from many different sides and many different angles. So as you film your artwork, think about what angle it might look the most interesting, or what you might add to or change. And if you're lucky enough and yours stays standing, I had a couple that did not stay standing, you could take it apart and put it together in a different way and create a new sculpture. Or you could add more pieces with more cardboard. Have fun, but as you're presenting your final piece, think of it as presenting in 3D, and that we are the viewers walking around your 3D Zentangle. Here is the 3D tour of my Zentangle sculpture. I am walking around it imagining it's a large sculpture in a public park or public space. And I notice how the shapes change as I move around. So the artwork changes as I change my position to it. I think I like it best from this angle here. 3D Zentangle.